All right, happy spring break, everybody. You made it to the spring break. These are, I don't know, it's not your average spring break. You guys are probably stuck inside, but I thought I'd wear this shirt in honor of spring break. It makes me feel like I'm on vacation, even though I'm just sitting here in my house, like I'm sure most of you guys are. But I hope you're finding a way to enjoy your time. I decided that I'm going to be putting out videos once a week on different topics that I think will be helpful to you guys. So today's topic is how to manage stress and anxiety. So we'll talk about three things within that. How to identify what's causing your stress and anxiety, how to deal with it, and how to prevent future stress and anxiety down the road. And then I'll just add in a few things for you guys to try on your own if you feel like it, just to try to maybe make some progress on your own anxiety and stress management. So I'm actually going to be using a document that I've posted on Google Classroom. If you guys don't know yet, the counseling office has created a Google Classroom for you guys with a lot of resources. There's things on there specifically for seniors. There's things on there for each grade, but there's mental health resources, there's college resources, career resources, a lot of things that we thought would be helpful for you guys. So if you haven't checked that out yet. Okay, so if we're going to deal with stress and anxiety, the first question I think you want to ask yourself is, what's causing me to feel stressed or anxious? Really get into because you can't fix it if you have no idea why it's happening. So ask yourself, what's causing it? Maybe what happens immediately before I get stressed or anxious, or what events sort of led up to me feeling this way. If you're having trouble identifying a cause, it may be helpful to just journal what happens each day. And then whenever you go back and read that journal, maybe you can see, oh, this happened on Monday, this happened on Tuesday, and then I felt really stressed and anxious on Wednesday and Thursday. So maybe not necessarily something didn't happen on that particular day, but there was a lead up to it. And sometimes we get in the habit of just ignoring things and pushing them to the side. And it can really be helpful to keep track of what's going on. That way you can learn how to deal with it, and then it'll help you now and it'll help you in the future as well. So that's the first thing. Once you figure out, hey, this is what's causing it, it's a relationship that I'm in, or it's the homework that I need to do, or it's that my room isn't clean, or it's that I don't know what my friend meant whenever they said this about me. Or it's I'm stuck in my house and I can't hang out with people, or I feel like I'm losing contact with some of my friends. Could be anything. I feel like this person is mad at me, whatever. Once you have that, try to note what is in your power to control and what you can't control. So there's going to be certain things that, even if this is the cause of your anxiety, there might be nothing you can do about that cause, if that's okay. Like that cause is going to be there no matter what. You can't always control what other people say. What we're going to get to later is you can control your reaction. But if there's simple fixes, so let's say I'm stressed out because my room is messy and I just feel like I'm getting claustrophobic and there's just too many things in here, then easy fix, clean your room. I think sometimes we make things too complicated for ourselves, and we just sort of lay there and just think, I'm just so anxious, I can't even do anything, and you have trouble getting started and just knocking things out. If it's something that simple, don't make it too complicated. Just try to say to yourself, okay, I feel like the reason that I'm stressing out is because of my room or because of this. I think that actually is something I can control, something I can do something about. So let me go ahead and take action to fix that. So if it's your room, you go ahead and clean it up. You should feel a little bit better if that was actually the cause. And maybe you find out too, like once I clean up my room, I'm still feeling kind of stressed. So maybe there's more to it than what you thought initially. So that can be helpful too. But either way, it's usually helpful to take some type of action if you can control the cause in any way. Sometimes it's helpful to avoid the causes of certain anxiety. So if it makes you really stressed to talk to certain people, do certain things, sometimes it's okay to avoid those situations. The flip side of that is if your main coping skill or the main way you handle stress and anxiety is I'm just going to avoid it and I'm just going to try to never let it happen to me, The fact is, it's going to happen to you sometime, so then you never really learn how to deal with it whenever it happens to you, okay? So it's okay to try to put yourself in the best situation to succeed and maybe avoid some stress and anxiety, but at the same time, you can't avoid it all the time. So you have to have other ways of coping with it. All right, so once you figured out the cause and you figured out, can I control it? Is it an easy fix? If not, then you go to the next step, how do I deal with it right now? So what am I doing right now to make me feel less stressed or less anxious? Are you listening to music? Are you getting on social media? Scrolling through Instagram, whatever it might be, getting on Snapchat. How are you handling your stress and anxiety? Are you avoiding things? Are you distracting yourself? Are you journaling? Are you talking to anybody about it? Are you talking to a friend or a parent? Just what do you have that you're already using to try to combat the stress and anxiety that you have? And then I want you to evaluate for yourself the things that I do. One, are they effective? Are they helping me out? Are they solving my anxiety and stress? Are they calming me down and allowing me to proceed with my life? Or are they not effective and they're not working for whatever reason? So that's one thing. And then the second thing is, are they healthy or unhealthy? So something might be very effective in making you feel less anxious or less stressed, but is it really healthy for you in the long term? So a healthy coping skill is something that helps you in the short term and equips you to better handle anxiety and stress in the long term. An unhealthy coping skill or way that you're handling things may make you feel better right now, but in the long term, it's not going to equip you to better handle anxiety in the future. You'll just keep going through the same cycle of, I'm stressed, I use this unhealthy coping skill, and then I'm left in the same situation, a week later. You always want to do things that put you in a better spot to succeed down the road. So list down a couple of things that you do and figure out for yourself, are these effective and are these healthy or are these unhealthy? Also, do I just have one way that I handle it? Do I just have one or two things? It's really helpful to develop sort of a toolbox of tools and skills that you can use whenever you come across stress or anxiety. Because let's say if my one coping skill is listening to music, then what if I don't have my phone with me, or what if I don't have music to listen to, or I'm not allowed to use headphones at that point in time, or play music? Well, then you got nothing, because that was your only option. So it's good to have maybe 5 or so things that you can go to. That way, if one doesn't work or if one isn't available, you can go to another one. So that's another thing to take note of, is how many ways am I dealing with things? Is it just one or two, or do I have a lot of backup options? If this doesn't work, I go to this. That'll be helpful for you too, to kind of develop a toolbox of skills. Another component to the way you deal with stress and anxiety is, do you believe in yourself? Do you feel that you have the power to handle your stress and anxiety? So how I was talking about before, your sense of control, whether you can control things or not. You can't control what happens to you. You cannot. Things are going to happen to you, and you can't always control that. However, you can control how you react to it. So do you have faith in yourself to control your reactions, to improve on dealing with your anxiety and your stress? Because there are certain situations where you're going to need help from other people to manage your stress and manage your anxiety, but there is a component of, you can get better at doing this on your own. Other people can help you out, but I would like you to look at it as a skill that you can build in yourself, just like any other skill, like cooking. If you practice it, you'll get better. Like a sport, practice it, you get better. An instrument or singing. I would like you to view dealing with your emotions the same way. If I know the right way to go about it, if I practice it, if I try out new things, if I'm committed to it, and I actually believe that it's going to have an impact on me, then that's going to be a lot more effective for you than if you don't believe in any of the strategies that you're trying. Because if you don't believe in it, I mean, you're right, it's probably not going to help you. So you have to sort of buy into it yourself. All right, so now we've evaluated what's causing our stress and anxiety and how are we handling it so far. So the next thing to be would look at all that evidence that you put together, sort of your data of how you handle your stress and anxiety, and let's see what we can add to it or how we can change it to maybe help you out. So